Hi, this is michellesam from Sammy Wong's Kitchen. Today we are going to be talking about vegetables and stir fry. It sounds pretty simple, but there are some tips to choosing and cutting your vegetables to take your stir fry to the next level. But before I begin, I received this apron about a year ago for Christmas, and I thought it was from my girls in eBay. It was only a few days ago that I realized that it was really a group effort. So for some of you who follow me on social media, like Angela and Brian, here's a shout out to you. Thank you so much for helping my girls because I absolutely love it. All right, vegetables. When doing a Chinese stir fry, there's a lot more involved with the vegetables, and I like twice as many vegetables as the actual protein just because I like making it healthier, and you can do so much more in making your stir fries look really beautiful by color. And not only color, but depending on the types of vegetables you use, you can also enhance the mouthfeel in terms of crunch. And if you live in this household, you can ask any girl and you just say, crunch gives punch. So if you walk down a produce aisle, there are tons of vegetables. So which vegetables do you choose? And what I wanted to do is just give you a little guidance so that when you go and you want to select some vegetables, this is how you can think about making a stir fry. So let's first talk about color and which vegetables contribute towards color. There's a lot of green leafy vegetables out there, and if you shop at a mainstream market, you might be limited to certain green leafy vegetables. I tend not to use the ones that wilt quickly, like spinach, because then it just looks limp and just really nasty. I want my green vegetables, even though they're leafy, to have some body, and therefore the leaves shouldn't be too soft. So the ideal green leafy vegetables are bok choy, yao choy, which is a green leafy vegetable, but you can tell that the stems are not very thick. They're somewhat tender. You can also use broccoli, and the American broccoli, you can use both the florets as well as the stems. So don't throw away your stem. And then there's also the Chinese broccoli, which looks very different from the American broccoli. And they have thicker stems as well as leaves rather than florets. You can also use some zucchini for green, snow peas, sugar snap peas, green beans as well. If it is asparagus season, why not? So these vegetables provide the green. And what other vegetables can you use that would provide great color to your stir fry? Peppers are great, and I love using either red pepper, now they have yellow pepper as well as orange pepper, but you can always buy these smaller varieties which work well. So you can just pick a bag of these and then you get all three of them in your bag. Carrots are lovely for the orange color. You can also have eggplant as well as the yellow crooked neck squash. Shiitake mushrooms. I prefer to get the dehydrated ones and rehydrate them in water and a little bit of soy sauce. And bamboo shoots are a great option for additional color. Now the bamboo shoots do come in cans and they also are fresh. I just tend to use the ones that are in cans. Make sure you get the right size. This one is the sliced one, but they're not the ones in strips. Last but not least, you have the baby corn. I tend to go with the smaller baby corn. So this one you can see it says 30 up, I find that the larger ones just don't tend to be as tasty as the smaller ones. Okay, so those are all the vegetables for color, but you also need crunch. What vegetables can you use for crunch? So here are a few vegetables that provide crunch for your stir fry. You do have the snow peas and the sugar snap peas. The asparagus, if you don't overcook them, provide great crunch. Water chestnuts. The water chestnuts can be found in both canned and fresh, but I like the convenience of canned water chestnuts. There are some that are sliced and some that are whole. When it comes to stir frying, I usually go with the sliced water chestnut. It just saves me from having to slice it. But I have discovered jicama, and jicama is like a water chestnut, has the same crunch, but it's a lot tastier. That is a game changer. And then there's also the lotus root, and if you can find the fresh lotus root, definitely look for that. One tip, I try to get one where it's sealed on either end. This one isn't sealed, but the holes are pretty small because you just don't know what critter has gone into those holes. So just be careful when you are buying fresh lotus root. Okay. So another thing that provides crunch is the stems of both your Chinese broccoli and your American broccoli. We are going to cut them so that it is not going to be tough, but also it provides crunch.